Hi there, Scorpio. This is Jennifer Angel for your September report 2022. Okay, let's get going. There's a lot happening in the chart this month. All right, so it's mostly happening in the sign before yours, which is your solar 12th house. This is all to do with dreams, hopes, wishes, delving into anything sort of deep and really getting in touch with who you are, where you are, who you want to be, and where you want to be. Okay, so, and the other area is in your solar 11th house, which is to do with friendships, connections, getting out and about, socializing, and also offering services to people to help, just to be helpful to other people. It's a humanitarian area, so it brings in like non-profits and charitable and philanthropy. It took me a long time to be able to say that word, philanthropy. Okay, so all that aside, let's have a look. First of all, there's a new moon this is in the area, your dreams, hopes, and wishes area. So there's on the 24th, 25th. I'm going to be mentioning 2 dates, and that covers the world, okay, wherever you are in the world. So let's say 24th, 25th is new moon, and the new moon and the full moon are like each month, they're like trigger points. And what's great is that what we're heading up to is in October. The new moon will be in your sign, and it's an eclipse new moon, and the full moon is going to be opposite your sign and in November, and that's going to be in your relationship area and an eclipse. So we're heading into these big eclipses, which are going to be directly relative to you, and so it's almost like we're preparing for that now. So with the new moon, this is like, your dreams, hopes, and wishes sort of coming together, but it's up to you to decide what it is that you want in your life. How do you want your life to be? And then more importantly, visualizing to keep the vision. What does that look like? Okay. Excuse me. Also in this area, we have Venus is going to move into this area of your chart right at the end of the month. It starts off in your career zone, so like right at the start of the month up to the 5th or the 4th or the 5th. Then Venus in your career zone, it's very good for business. It's great for money, and it's great for taking on projects or doing business that are going to pay you well. All right, so we like that. On the 5th, it's going to move to the next sign, which is that social area of your chart. So it's about connecting with people, making the connections, getting out and about a bit more, socializing, and just seeing what comes out of those connections, having a good time. But also connections can connect you to people who are going to be influential in your life. And then right at the end of the month, as I said, it's going to be in that area right before you. So, and then it's going to move into your, not this month, but into your sign. So love, we're building up to love is going to be very significant in your life, a little further on in the year. It's always significant, but there's more of a focus, let's say. Mercury is going retrograde this month. Yeah, we're in Mercury retrograde time again. So this is not my favorite transit, but it is very, very useful. So the Mercury retrograde is going to start in the sign before yours. So once again, you want to be careful of old patterns, old thinking. Mercury governs 3 main areas that Mercury governs is communication, creativity, and education. Okay, so in this position that it starts with, the sign before yours, it's a message of just getting inspired. What inspires you? It's about sparking your imagination. It's like flashes of inspiration can come through. And so it's like, take notice of that. Take note. This is a very intuitive area of your chart. Very inspired, inspiration, imagination, intuition. So you want to like take note of those flashes of inspiration that come through. Also, because Mars is in your solar 8th house, then that allows you to really go sort of deep into your psychic and deep into what's blocking you. What is there anything, if there's an area of your life that isn't working the way you want it to, then the Mars in this area and all this activity in the sign before you allows you to get in touch with that. But here's the thing, to be able to do that, you have to carve out some private time. When you're busy, busy, busy all the time, then there's no mind space. There's no time to sort of think things through and get in touch with your inner wisdom and your inner self. So it's also a message to carve that time out. And, you know, carving that time out, if you're lucky enough to have the time in your day to do a meditation, fabulous. If you're not, and maybe go for a walk, you know, a walking meditation, and just that thinking time. There's a reason why people say they get all their great ideas in the shower, because mostly anyway, we're alone in the shower. Not always, but you know, that's where that comes from. So yeah, keep that in mind this month. That's important for you to carve out that personal time. Let's move on to the full moon. That's going to happen earlier in the month, between like around the 9th or 10th. I think it's the 9th in US, and it could be the 10th elsewhere. And that's in an area, your solar 5th house. So in this area, it's great for business because it's great for creativity. It's also great for connections. So this is a big month for connections, but it's also great for you just to step out in the world in your power place, you know, so, or to step into your power circle and to step out in the world like that. It's a full moon, so it's a trigger point, and the full moon allows you to let go of things that aren't working. Okay, so putting all this together, like the full moon is going to allow you to, you know, hey, I don't really need that in my life anymore. Why am I entertaining that? It's not really what I want. It's not who I am. It's not where I see my life happening. It's not where I see my life working. And then you, from that point, you go, okay, let's clear that out. Now I have a clean slate. What am I going to do with it? Okay, because it's in your control. Because as soon as you clean something out, there's a void. So then that ending brings a beginning in, and that void is filled in some way or another. So you want to make sure that you fill that void with what you want. Okay, so that's the main message there. And so right opposite you, there are some aspects from Uranus sitting in your relationship zone with the Sun and Venus. They're favorable aspects, and they are to do with your social life. Once again, connecting with people. Very big month for you for connections, okay? But you're going to have to make that happen. Just because the chart says this is a good month for you to socialize and connect with people, you know, then we need you to go, okay, this is great. Here's an opportunity. Let's follow that through, and let's do it. As always, the choice is yours. All right. So I hope you have a great month and something amazing happens for you. Please go ahead and subscribe and share. I would love that. And we'll see you next month. Bye for now.